Hello, I'm Scott Aubrey with Aubrey Law, and I'm super excited to be here with you today. We are an estate planning and probate law firm, and today I'm going to talk about the biggest mistake you can make with your trust. But before we get started, if you have any questions about what I talk about today, or any questions about estate planning in general, or if you need help with creating an estate plan, you can go to estateplanmeeting.com and schedule a time to talk with me for free, either in person or on the phone. Once again, that's estateplanmeeting.com. Go there, you'll see my schedule, pick a time that's convenient for you, and we'll talk about anything that you have questions on. So today's topic is the biggest mistake people make with their trust. So a lot of people go through the estate planning process, they get all their documents signed, and then what they do is they put their estate planning binder on their shelf, they put it in a file cabinet, but they forget to take the one necessary step with regard to their trust, and that is funding the trust. What does that mean? That means titling assets into the name of the trust. So if you have a bank account, you name the trust as a account holder of that bank account. If you have a life insurance policy, you make the trust the beneficiary of that life insurance policy. If you have a retirement account, then the trust will become the beneficiary of that retirement account on your death. If you don't take those steps, what happens is those assets will now need to go through the probate process, which is the whole reason why you probably created your trust in the first place, is to avoid probate. And what that means is that the court will now oversee the transfer of those assets from your estate to the trust. That's going to cost more money. It's going to take some time. Also, another issue that can come about is that if you do not update the beneficiaries of certain types of accounts, such as a life insurance policy or retirement account, and name your trust as a beneficiary, then you could have unintended consequences. What do I mean by that? Say you have an old life insurance policy, and when you first got that policy, you named your brother as the beneficiary of that policy. But over time, you and your brother had a disagreement, had a falling out. You no longer talk, but you never funded your trust. You never updated the beneficiary of that policy. So upon your death, your brother, who you're now estranged with, would receive the proceeds from that policy. Whereas what you wanted to happen was that money to go into the trust, for the benefit of your children or someone else, or for whatever reason. Now that money is going to go to your brother, who you did not want it to happen. So it's really, really important to make sure that when you create your trust, that you also fund the trust. So that make sure that all the assets that you want to end up in the trust, make sure that the trust is either an account holder on that asset or is a beneficiary. And that way, those assets will end up in your trust, or those assets will be in your trust. And upon your death, your estate plan will work the way you want it to. So to recap, one of the biggest mistakes you can make with your trust is to not fund your trust. So if you go through the estate planning process and you create a trust, make sure you take the necessary steps to review all your accounts and make sure that your trust is either an account holder or a beneficiary of that account. So that's all I have for you today. If you have any questions about what I talked about today, you can go to estateplanmeeting.com and schedule a time to talk with me for free. If you have any questions, please leave a comment here. I'll be more than happy to answer them. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to share this, if you think someone could benefit from seeing my video, please share this with them. Once again, I am Scott Aubrey, the owner of Aubrey Law, and I will talk to you soon.